And we are back, Gmac and Winnie, coming at you in another edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's get dangerous.
Yes, sir. Another song I have no idea. This is a theme, man. We're gonna go like 5 years. I'm never gonna know a song we come into.
No, It's a good chance you wouldn't know that. Jesus Christ, dude! I don't know what you do.
I didn't move. I swear to God.
Every week, it's like you lower the chair. Can you just leave?
I did today. I just sat down. I didn't touch the lever.
No, but last week you went. So now my head's here, yours is here.
Listen, I'm giving you the height advantage today.
Yeah, I don't need any advantage today.
All right.
No advantages for me today.
How was the city of Hotlanta?
The section of town that my comrade Charlie Stracuzzi stayed in was great.
Yeah.
Beautiful little part of town. Bonus, we get there, was not aware that the College Football Hall of Fame even existed, much less that it was attached to our hotel. That hotel.
His hotel.
Yeah. Where the conference was that it was for the last 4 days. So, awesome. Got to sneak over there at a lunch break.
Yeah. I saw you caught Sal's football jersey.
I did.
The
Rainbow
Warrior himself.
Yeah. Yep, I sent it to him. That was the first thing I said. Click. Oh, there's Sal's football jersey. I knew we were missing something.
How was the?
There we go. Get a little extra light on us because Highland's eyes are in the dark as usual.
How was the food?
Sucked.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. We went to a barbecue joint for lunch, and it smelled great.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
That's
it was not good, and I don't know. Overall, was not impressed with whatever food. We went to a taco night at a dinner one night that was at this place called the Hudson, I think.
All right.
It was it was like a Hudson House or something. It was like a sports bar, like right next to the hotel, kind of across the street.
Yeah.
Across the street next to it, next block, right?
In the good area.
Yeah. And we haven't gotten to
right.
But and that was, they were okay. It was a $3 taco night, so we each had like 4 tacos. Whatever. They were good. Other than that, the side of town I was about 7 blocks away for some reason. The guy that booked that deserves a kick in the balls. He needs his balls driven into his throat by my foot. It was needle and dirtbag heaven.
Nice.
When you come out at 6 a.m. to go for a walk and get across town, which is like, I don't know, almost a mile. Not like almost a mile, like it's so far, and you got to walk through that.
Right.
And they're already out and moving at 6 something in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck off. You know what I mean? And then you get the bill at the end, and it's just funny.
So you saw Malachi Flynn go off.
Yeah. So then that was something. Once we knew we were going, we kind of just said, "Oh my God, are they home? Oh, they are." And we just got tickets, and we had great seats, bro.
Nice.
$55. Saw everything.
Isn't it different, man? They go to all those other places.
Well, and believe it or not, there you go. At the stadium, a hot dog, unlimited popcorn, unlimited soda, $22.
Yeah, you get
a big hot dog.
You get the soda at Yankee Stadium for $22.
Right. So, that's the one thing about being a New Yorker. When you go other places, it's really not that expensive.
Right. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go.
But then when you go other places, even like leaving the country, and you go out to dinner, people are like, "Oh my God, $25 for a steak." I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" It's like
$25. That's like
I pay
50. Right. Yeah.
So you're kind of blessed in that aspect a little bit, but yeah, wonderful. I'll tell you this: if you timed it up right in October, if you timed it up very, very right in October, if you stayed at that Omni Hotel in Atlanta, you could go see the Hawks on a Friday night, Georgia Tech football on Saturday,
and Falcons on
a Sunday, and not have to take a car to any of them.
That's pretty awesome.
You could walk to all of them Georgia Tech would be the farthest, and it's probably about 0.8 miles.
Yep.
So what, dude? And they have them little bird scooters. You could have bird scootered it down there in probably like 5 minutes. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool. That's cool.
That is the idea. Like, if there's a game, you get that hotel on that side because then you can walk to any of it.
That's cool. Well, that's good. But you're back in the big NY.
Go ahead.
As we record, it's 11:20 on a Friday, and an hour ago we had a 4.8 earthquake.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it.
Kingston didn't fall in the hole of death, so
no, didn't feel it. But apparently, somewhere in Jersey, all the way up through the Hudson Valley, so and into Connecticut.
Yeah, and they said New York City really felt it too. Yeah, whatever. But the one thing I did want to touch on, I went to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I got to sneak over there too and catch a tour.
Nice.
Tour sucked balls.
Okay, that was my next one. Did you get to see locker rooms and shit?
Well, yeah, that part. I mean, you saw the locker room. You couldn't go on the field.
Right.
They didn't really. It was more like a, hey, this is our stadium, and minus the locker room, you could have walked around and did it yourself.
Yeah.
But the only cool thing that came out of that was nothing leaves that stadium. No garbage leaves that stadium. So everything they do is completely recycled or compostable.
No shit.
Everything. And then what's cool about it is their food prices, bro. It's $2 for a hot dog. Yeah, it's $10.50 for the tall cans of beer. So aluminum, obviously,
right?
Water bottles, they're all recycled, right?
Yeah.
Everything that they have, utensil-wise or whatever, everything has to be able to go into compost or into recycle.
Damn.
The recycling bin. So that's how they keep their prices down. But what they said is they don't charge their vendors to rent a space there, and then the vendor keeps their
cost down,
and then they get a percentage at the end. And then Arthur Blank has so much money, he just takes that money and donates it to the city for new projects and whatnot. So
that's pretty wild.
And all right, so when you go to a grocery store and they have them plastic things hanging down by the produce section or whatever, to go to the back.
Sure, yeah.
The thick plastic.
Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium is made, all what you think is glass isn't glass. It's those layered, 28 layers of them with certain type of strengthening and stuff in it, and just pressed together.
What?
Yeah. So it keeps, on cold days it lets the warmth in, and on warm days it lets it out.
Wow.
But because I didn't realize the Georgia Dome went down to a hurricane.
Okay.
So when they built this, they had to build it that would withstand
that's what I sent you. I said the dome. I forgot it was a whole different stadium.
Yeah, yeah. So the Georgia Dome, where the Georgia Dome was,
yeah,
they dug that out when they put the new stadium in. It's like a parking lot. People don't tailgate because it's so cheap to eat at the stadium.
Right.
So they just have this grass area with 8 levels of parking underneath, and nobody really tailgates. They just kind of come in, eat, hang out, drink beer, whatever,
go home
until the game. Cool. I mean, good looking stadium. Didn't look, overly huge by any means. It seemed real tight, but the tour sucked. But I'd love to go see a game there.
What'd they get you for the tour?
$30.
That's not bad.
No, for what we saw, we should have paid $5.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
it was basically hey, Arthur likes this right here, this piece of art. Oh, hey, Arthur likes this. Hey, Arthur jerks off in that cup over there. I'm like, great. That's what we do. One cool thing they did have at the stadium, though, is every high school football in Georgia's helmet.
Really?
Yeah, Class A, Class whatever. And then every year they put the Georgia State Championship like a fat head of their helmet.
Oh shit!
Up. So Division I, Division II, Class A.
That's awesome.
AA, 3. So that was cool. That part was really cool.
That is cool.
It's cool. Locker rooms were
your locker rooms, right?
And they had they were setting up for a soccer game there.
Arthur liked to shit in that toilet.
Yeah. What See, now that's where I'm a little biased because when we went to Texas and we went to Dallas, we went in Jerry Jones's box, right in the private box there.
Right.
We went through the locker rooms. We went in the cheerleaders' locker rooms. We went, sat in the club seats. We didn't sit in a single seat. They didn't show you a single club. They didn't, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. You literally walked around and went, oh, there's the beverage people loading Coca-Cola into
Now, do you remember what you paid for Dallas for that tour?
Oh, yeah, not 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so much more.
Right.
Okay.
Right, $8 more to see a lot less.
Right.
The tour sucked, stadium awesome.
Okay.
So, not bad.
All right.
You know what I mean? Overall, Atlanta can go fuck itself. I mean, but
did you see the baseball stadium? Is that anywhere near?
No, it's 45 minutes away.
Okay, because that's what Atlanta. No, it used to be Atlanta Fulton.
Georgia State has a fucking huge football stadium too.
Really?
Yeah, the Cougars, I think they are or something.
What, are they D1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Georgia State, they're like silver and blue. You pass that from the airport going to like downtown Atlanta.
Gotcha.
But
it must be like an FCS school.
No, I think they're FBS. I think they're just probably like in one of them. Not a Power 5 conference.
No. The fucking
whatever
Wienerville Conference.
Yeah, the South Suncoast Conference. Something, but yeah, I mean
the Needle Park Conference.
Yeah, well, that was nowhere near Needle Park. But then like any city, you start to drive back towards the hotel. I mean, from the hotel to the airport,
right?
And there's tent city under the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is, like you said, common in all these major cities. But listen,
the side of town where the Omni was, I would have no problem taking my family.
Right.
Going on a vacation, going to the aquarium, going to the Coca-Cola factory, like the Coca-Cola main hub.
Right.
You could have tasted 40 different kinds of Coke, but it was only open while we were at the thing. There was never hours outside of when we were in the seminars or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you're a young man and you're not sure what you want to do with yourself, go be a drug rep and go to one of these conferences because it's about 89% women and about out of that 80 or 90%, I'd say 90% women, and out of that 90%, about 40 are just smoke shows.
There you go.
And 40 we're better looking.
Listen,
and they have our haircuts.
But you want to buy drugs from those smoke shows.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Yep, that's how it works.
Good. So this is where, as we record, we are on the eve of one of my favorite weekends of the year. Yeah,
I mean, I used to get the WWE Network solely for this and Royal Rumble, and it paid itself the rest of the way.
Right, exactly. Now I think I only pay $5 or $6 a month for Peacock.
Yeah.
Next year it'll be Netflix.
Yeah.
So, but it's Wrestle Mania weekend, and with that
we'll work into our top 5.
Okay.
This week's top 5 worst WrestleMania matches.
Brought to us by Biggest Dickus again, who will be attending night 2.
Oh, he got tickets?
Yeah, him and his son are going down for Sunday and then going to the fan access on Monday.
And as always, our video is brought to us by Moranti Plumbing and Oil, 845-901-4194. Go see Josh. He is a registered plumber. He will show up. He will do the job. You will not have to call him or chase him.
Right.
Listen, when water's leaking in your house and you need somebody to show up, he's the guy.
And take a picture of our video.
Yep.
For a discount on service.
And to back it up just 1 second, let me back it up 1 second because we need to, and I need to take the top 5 down. That was my It Smells Fresh take. Fuck Atlanta.
There we go.
Now, we will put it up there, and it'll probably be one of the ones down the thing. What hotel did I say to stay at will be the question in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because it's got to come out.
Right. Yep. All right.
And you'll win a freshie, which we have. This is Cinna Vanilla, I found out.
Okay.
Cinna Vanilla or some shit.
And we have Monkey Farts.
We got Monkey Farts and Relax left.
All right.
All right. Now, back to our top 5 worst WrestleMania matches. I'll start off. Number 5, Undertaker versus Big Boss Man, WrestleMania 15.
Definitely could have been on my list. Was a shit match and ended with basically a man being hung.
Yeah.
In the ring.
And the other part of that is...
And I don't mean like Diddy Meek Mill hung.
No. Clapping them cheeks.
Yeah.
Meek's cheeks. That's next week's.
It is.
Well, to where we are now. But Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, fuck off.
It was a cool look for him, but
the Phantom of the Opera shit.
Yeah, and
that stupid fucking
that symbol
and the only part of that was awesome was when he had Stephanie McMahon tied to that thing and her titties almost fell out.
It's not one of Vince Russo's better.
No, but
groups.
The Ministry of Darkness versus the Corporation was what that was. Right,
and the Ministry was basically a bunch of fucking, I want to say jobbers, but Taker's friends.
Yeah, Minion.
Yeah.
What was he, Mabel though at one point?
Mabel was Viscera.
Yeah.
Midian was one of the
Godwin,
hog
right?
farmers. Yep.
Yeah.
All guys that Taker hung out with that were kind of like jobbers that he threw in. The only guys that came out of the Ministry to be anything was APA.
Well, now hold on a minute. We're going to do a little sidetrack on wrestling here. Didn't the Ministry kind of spin off of Gangrel and Edge and Christian? In a way, yeah,
it was that dark
because they were the vampire people,
right?
And then all of a sudden, the Ministry spun off of them.
Yeah, it was weird,
right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was a whole Vince Russo fucking whatever you want to say obsession with that weird shit.
At the time, it was kind of that way, though.
Yeah, no, it was. That was the Attitude Era in a nutshell. My number 5. I hate the fact that this match ever happened because this man should have gone out on top. WrestleMania 35, Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle. Angle jobs to Baron Corbin, a guy who was never over in his fucking career.
Yeah.
And is back in NXT.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, they made him didn't they make him like a GM or something?
Yeah, then he was Happy Corbin. Yeah. It just never got over.
Just dirtbag Corbin. He always looked like a dirtbag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have the look.
No.
It just looked like you'd see him at the fucking 7-Eleven sitting out there bumming change.
Or the Arizona Cardinal practice squad. Yeah. Because that's where he came from.
Yeah. All right, my number 4, Piper versus Mr. T in the boxing match, WrestleMania 3? 2?
2. Yeah, it sucked.
It was terrible. Piper carried it.
Right.
T was gassed. It was so bad that you knew Piper would light him up if it was like when they were actually throwing real punches.
I think they were hoping that like the whole Clubber Lang version of T, they hated each other back then. They made amends a lot later in life, but it was a draw. It sucked to watch.
Right, and then he ended up taking him down. They had
body slammed him.
Involved.
Yeah,
but not for nothing, Mr. T could not carry it. He was gassed.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't even lift his arms. Piper, had his arms down, hit me. You could hear him, hit me, asshole. Like, you gotta hit me here.
He could not stand him.
No.
He hated working with him.
Yeah. And it was clunky, and it was stupid, and it was just,
Right. That takes us to my number 4, which is also dumb, clunky, and stupid. WrestleMania 21, Akabono versus Big Show.
Oh, is that the sumo thing?
Yeah, they took the ropes down.
Yeah.
It lasted a minute.
Yeah.
Akabono threw Big Show out, and that was it.
Yeah.
Why?
Why would you not start with that?
Yeah. It was like they wanted to get Big Show on the card, so let's have him do a sumo.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. I looked up the worst matches and I saw that and I was like, I remember it, and the only reason I didn't put on my worst is because it's the only one of its kind that I remember being on a WrestleMania card.
True.
So I'm it holds that one kind of weird spot. It's never been done other than that time.
Right.
So I'm okay, I'll let it go, even though it's shit. I'll let it go.
All right.
You know? My number 3, Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez, WrestleMania 9.
Way higher on my list.
So we'll talk about it then.
All right.
Your number 3?
My number 3, Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler. The only saving grace to that match was Steve Austin as the ref.
Yeah.
It didn't belong on the card. It was a terror. They were trying to make Michael Cole
much more hated.
The super heel announcer, but
that's when he had the box and he sat in the box and you couldn't go near him or whatever.
Right. It just sucked.
And then he got over too.
Afterwards.
And he went over on.
Oh yeah, he beats Lawler on top of it.
Bullshit.
Like, you're gonna give Jerry Lawler his first match at Mania, and you're gonna he's gonna job out to an announcer.
Cole. Yeah. No. Absolute garbage. All right. Number 2. Undertaker versus John Cena, WrestleMania 34.
Really?
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Dream matchup. Could have been the biggest thing ever. Remember, Cena came out, cut these promos. Undertaker was missing for a year.
Trying to lure him out.
You didn't even think he was going to show up.
Right.
He shows up. It turns into like a squash match.
It was.
A total squash match. And here you had two of the big, the street guy versus Cena, who was Mr. WrestleMania type, super hype. The kids were behind him.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking squash match. Like, talk about fucking up the finish. You know? Like, come on, dude. This is like what people are like salivating for, and you just went, ah.
Yeah, I think they were so over the top with trying to get Taker back in a positive light at Mania that it shit the bed. The angle could have been great. The angle itself leading up was great. Calling him out.
Right.
And then, for a 40-second job match.
Yeah.
You could have thrown Brooklyn Brawler in there.
Yeah.
It had the same effect.
Didn't Cena say, I'll have to beat somebody instead? And Cena wrestled somebody, and then Taker came out?
I have to think.
It was some version of that. I just remember he showed up. It was a squash.
Yeah, it was trash.
It was trash. See, now thinking back on it, I'm pretty right.
Yeah, it was trash. You're right. Number 2, Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
Almost made my list. I never want to say Goldberg's name. Fuck that guy.
Both left the company after the match, and the crowd shit on them from the minute they hit the ring.
Yeah.
So, you sold out chants to both of them. You can tell Goldberg was pissed off. Lesnar was pissed off. Goldberg goes over. Highlight of the match. Austin, as the ref, stuns them both to send the crowd home happy because he had shit on that match.
He had to because it was terrible.
I couldn't. I'm watching it. I remember I was at Blaze had an apartment in Berkeley Heights at the time. I'm like, oh, cool, Goldberg and Lesnar, and it was drizzling shit.
Isn't that where Lesnar slipped off the rope trying to do the...
No, that was Angle.
Oh, that was Angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
He almost fucking snapped his own neck.
Broke his own neck.
Yep.
All right, and my number 1, Triple H versus Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 12.
No job. Terrible.
Absolute fucking job match. Warrior, they try to hype him back up, coming back.
Yeah.
He looks goofy with like a fucking long jean jacket that's painted with all them goofy fucking colors.
Yeah.
His hair looked like a fucking dyke gym teacher. And then he comes out and squashes Triple H.
Yeah. No sells the pedigree.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to get fucking hammered for what I just said, but that's what it looked like. He had that butchy fucking...
He did.
Just little shit. No sold the pedigree, which was like a fucking monster finisher even then.
Right.
And then that's what it becomes.
Yeah, that was all part of Triple H's punishment.
Right, for the click. For
the Montreal, not Montreal, the Madison Square Garden thing. But he'll say goodbye.
Click, yep.
And my number 1 was on your list as well, Taker Giant Gonzalez. Holy fuck. Talk about a guy who could not wrestle.
No, and then they painted that fucking thing.
The airbrushed fake muscles.
And hair.
Right, he was so bad.
And he was terrible. And not for nothing, I got 3 Undertaker matches on my top 5.
Something right there.
Listen, and there could have been more. Undertaker versus Jimmy Snuka.
Right.
Terrible fucking match.
Undertaker reigns because Taker was so bad in that match.
Right.
Physically.
Right.
And Undertaker Lesnar because I just hated the fucking finish.
Yeah, you look at him through time, his matches were not memorable by any means.
He had the 2 with Triple H.
The one that I was
and
at.
And the one with Shawn.
Right.
And outside of that.
Did he have one with Flair that was really good
yes,
too?
In Houston.
He had that one run in the late, like the 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah, he did. He had
that
a 4 or 5 match string, but the rest of the streak was kind of like
the only other one was it him and AJ?
That was
COVID.
That was his very final match. The cinematic one.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. But mostly, Taker kind of sucked. Those matches kind of sucked.
There were some stinkers for sure. He fought Albert and
A-Train and Big Show at the same time.
Yeah, that was another garbage match.
Garbage fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Like he is in a lot of terrible matches for somebody that's supposed to be like the Streak.
Yeah.
The Streak was like somebody got disqualified.
That was the Giant Gonzalez match.
Yeah.
It just if the only match that would have topped any of our lists, if it ever happened, would have been Giant Gonzalez against Great Khali.
Yeah, because Khali was terrible.
Him and Kane. They had a really terrible match.
And they had a terrible match too.
Yeah.
And Kane has had nothing but great matches with people forever.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's funny when you go back and we could do the top 5 matches in WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And there's been many great ones. But yeah, top 5 worst. And I kind of stuck it to only the ones that I've watched.
Yeah, I could have put.
Because I missed for years. Like there was gaps from like probably WrestleMania 19 to like 26 that I didn't really watch.
Hogan and Sid was god awful. I could have put that on there.
Hogan and Slaughter was terrible.
It was. The angle was good for the time.
Hogan and Yokozuna.
It was the Bret Hart Yokozuna when Hogan comes in.
Yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah, the double
because he shit all over Bret.
Right.
That whole Mania was terrible. That was also Giant Gonzalez Undertaker.
Yeah,
that was a bad Mania.
Yeah.
The only good thing was Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon in togas.
Yeah, when they first came out, right? And Heenan was on the camel backwards.
Facing backwards. Heenan was legendary, man.
When you're a kid and you don't understand what he's doing, you hated that guy.
Right.
And as you got older, you loved that
You learn
guy.
to appreciate him.
Yeah. So that was a fun top 5.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a weekend we're looking forward to. I'm hoping it's going to be a long 2 nights.
I hope the final boss gets his nuts kicked into his throat.
Yeah. I got many versions of what could happen, but yeah, listen, The Rock's been carrying it the last month and a half to the point where he's outshining the champ.
Yeah.
So
I can't stand either one of them. That's why I don't watch wrestling right now.
There you go.
All right, let's move along. All right, this week's 5 crazy questions via Winnie.
Yes, sir. Number 1. Would you rather be able to speak to animals, but they all insult you, or be able to understand what babies are saying, but they constantly criticize your life choices?
I see less babies than animals, so I'll take the babies.
Okay.
But it would be funny every time you go by this bird. This fucking guy, eat a fucking salad, you fat fuck. Or the baby, nice shoes, jerk off.
Really? That's what you're wearing?
But babies probably won't be able to curse, so it would probably be less insulting.
Right. All right. Yeah, their vocabulary is not going to be the greatest.
Yeah.
Number 2, would you rather have the power to heal any illness, but each time you do, you take on a portion of the pain, or have the ability to end all wars, but have to live in isolation for the rest of your life?
Probably the illness and pain, because you would select it. I'd be very selective with it.
Right.
But then I probably want to live in some form of isolation too, because
you're going to be in pain.
Yeah. The isolation thing, like what would be having peace if then you all of a sudden you don't have anybody to be peaceful with?
Yeah, well, that was kind of like waking up and being the last person on earth type shit.
Yeah. What's going on with you lately, bro?
I don't know. It's kind of like, they're thought-provoking.
Are you just walking in the desert all alone on fucking ayahuasca?
No. Number 3, you have the ability to control the elements, earth, wind, fire, and air. But every time you do, you lose 3 months off of your life. Would you use it?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there'd be times where you'd go, yeah.
Right. I figure if you did it 4 times, you're sacrificing the last year of your life, which could be the shit in your diaper year, to have the perfect vacation, to have everything right for your child's wedding.
Right.
Yeah, I think I would use that too, at least a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure
that would be wild though. Hey, it's gonna rain tomorrow. No, it's not.
Nah,
we're good.
We're going to blow that system south of here.
To Atlanta.
Yeah. Let us sit right over that area.
All right. Number 4, music, books, or, let me try this again. Movies, books, or music. One has to go from the world forever. Which do you choose?
As bad as I hate to say this, I would have to say movies.
Okay.
Music is life, kind of like
I
music's been
agree.
through forever.
Right.
Movies are newer, right?
Right.
And really, movies are. I'd be hard pressed to find a movie that's not an adaptation of a book that somebody read.
And you do like to read, so.
And the thing is, you've read even
right.
whatever.
Sure.
You in your head see it your own way.
Right.
And then if a movie comes out about it, you're like, that's not how I pictured this at all.
Right. How many times?
Holy shit, you nailed that perfectly.
Yeah. How many times has the movie sucked compared to the book?
Right.
Okay. And number 5, if you could choose a fictional town or city to live in, which one would it be? So we're talking cartoons, TV, movies.
I don't know, probably the Jetsons.
Thought about that. I thought that was cool.
That would be pretty cool. Back to the Future 2.
In the futuristic Chicago or wherever they were?
Well, no, it was...
it was Illinois. Wasn't it somewhere?
No, it was California.
Was it?
Yeah. It was always California, dude.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Quahog?
I mean, that one block would just be so annoying to go down. You see a dude fight a chicken like every couple of months.
No. Every the fucking tubs falling out of the second floor of a house every other day. How many times
is this house going to blow up? How many hookers are running across the street with a 62-year-old pilot chasing them?
And you got to see that old guy with the dog that drags its legs.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to see that, right? I mean, what other places would be really cool to kind of
to live in? I mean, Hogwarts isn't a town.
No, and so that it's not right. Like you said, it's not a town to live in. Well, no, it is. It is. There's a whole area that is a town.
Yeah,
like Hogsmeade, kind of.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. But even like anything, though, but think about it. Too much of anything is too much.
Yeah.
But like I think just like the Jetsons. Think about it. Their house, they're in the rain. They don't like it. They raise right up above the clouds. It is what it is.
Yep.
Oh, this 3-hour work week is killing me.
Pull your little landed in your bottom. Take your elevator
and then takes it right in your. It becomes like your fucking suitcase.
Yep, that's right. It did fold up.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Oh shit.
And he pressed the button.
Going to Space and Sprockets to work.
Yeah.
Jetsons would be good. Fuck. Flintstones. No running water. No.
The elephant would take it and then spray it. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, out of its nasty ass mouth and nose. Yeah. Fuck that. Like Smallville.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would. I don't know, man. I just think something that would be just as routine, kind of just regular, cool.
I would take.
And we still had sports and stuff involved. You know what I mean?
I think. What was it, Santa Monica, back when it was the time for Three's Company.
Yeah.
Would have been cool.
That'd have been wild, yeah.
Yeah. All the chicks in bikinis on roller skates.
Yeah.
Larry Dallas raping bitches in the Regal Beagle bar bathroom.
Yeah. Larry Dallas, also known as Vinny Fiscaletti.
So.
Yeah, that'd be a cool spot.
All right.
Is that it?
That's our top 5.
No bonusers?
No. That's our 5 crazy. No bonusers.
All right. We have done before.
We have.
Over and Under, sponsored by the Law Office of Brian Duran, 339-4313. Stop by and see Brian if you're going through any type of bankruptcy, and you'll get $100 off if you mention our podcast.
All right.
Number 1, your own bed.
Oh, as underrated as underrated can be. Even if it's a shitty bed, it's still yours.
Correct. I had a great. Believe it or not, like I said, my hotel wasn't bad. The room wasn't. I had very comfortable bed, but I was looking forward to A, my bed, and B, my machine.
Yeah.
I sleep so much better with that.
Oh, you didn't travel with it?
No, I didn't bring it.
Oh.
I just didn't. I didn't like you can bring it.
Yeah, it's a free carry-on.
Yeah, and I was like, I ain't carrying that fucking thing all around. Because the day we got there, we couldn't check into our hotel till like the afternoon.
Oh.
So I would have had to have that fucking thing with me all day.
Drag it with you everywhere.
Yeah, fuck that. Number 2, Uber.
Underrated.
Underrated. Never taken one until this week.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Holy shit.
No reason to.
Damn, I've used it so much in the last 3 or 4 years.
It was pretty cool how it shows up on the app where they're at
Right.
compared to where you are.
Yeah.
No cash changes hands or anything.
No.
I did think this big black chick named Diamond was going to try and come up in my room. And,
Charlie loves Uber.
Yeah.
Charlie.
He's like showing me all the weird shit on there.
Yeah. Yeah, all the different classes and stuff. That's the first time I rode in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Was with Jimmy.
I rode in 3 Teslas.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're cool.
One was an absolute dirty piece of shit.
Yeah.
And the other 2 were just same style.
I couldn't believe how minimalistic they are inside.
Yeah.
It's the screen in your steering wheel.
I think it honestly fits the whatever generation these kids are today.
Yeah.
They're minimalist. Like, they just got their screen up there.
Yeah.
They get to see everybody around. It shows like people
Cameras
walking everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Car pulls up next to you, you see it. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
If I was an Uber guy, I probably would have one. Because if you could charge, if you had, just say you had 2 of them.
Right.
You drive around all day in a little city, go back to your spot, pull that car in, pull your other car out. It's not costing you anything in gas.
Right.
So everything's quote unquote profit.
Now, when we did it in Memphis, a couple of we did Uber a few times. We did Lyft. It depended on the time of day and the pricing.
Yeah.
Some of the people down there, they actually rent cars to do their Ubering. Yeah, this way they're not beating up their own vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's like a $30 charge for the day that they pay, but they're not beating up their own vehicle.
Right. But in 4 rides, you got your $30.
Right. Or less even. It depends on how far you go.
Right.
So.
Right. I think it was like $80 to go from the airport to our hotel.
Now listen, if you can.
But we had an XXL taking 4 people with all their baggage. So.
Like, if you can withstand the chaos that is Manhattan, those guys make bank. Because listen, we went from Carly's doctor's office to Times Square, which is like on the map is only like 4 miles.
Yeah.
But in the city, 4 miles could take you 40 minutes, and it did. It was like a $40 ride.
Right.
Like, you're making money to go 4 miles.
Why didn't you get on a train? Wouldn't it have been quicker?
Nothing. No subways near us where we were at that part in town.
All right. Number 3. Now we'll get into the wrestling ones a little bit. Jobbers.
Underrated. I miss jobber matches.
Underrated. You take an Iron Mike Sharp or an SD Jones.
Right.
Yo, they mattered.
That's why I didn't put on like Bundy and George Wells because.
Or no, Bundy and SD Jones.
Right. Or Jake Roberts and George Wells, I think it might have been. Jobber matches always had a place. It was a way to elevate new talent. And those guys probably technically were some of the better wrestlers because they had to work with so many different people and so many different styles and look good and make them look good doing it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's underrated.
When you look back in the 80s and you look at wrestlers.
Right.
You said the Brooklyn Brawler earlier. That was like an 80s, 90s guy.
Yeah.
SD Jones had a wrestler.
Yeah.
Coco Beware had a wrestler. Jobber.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Sharp should have had a wrestler. Jobber. Well, Iron Mike Sharp was a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he was. Barry Horowitz.
So when you go back through them, that's where wrestling is kind of missing today.
I agree. I like jobbers. You had the Job Squad that came back that was kind of giving a nod to that era of having the guys that came in and did the jobs.
I mean, remember Santino was cool, kind of a jobber at one point, but not really because he was a champion.
Yeah, he was, but he was a comedy act.
But my point being with the jobbers is when wrestling's all just superstars, you needed to see Macho Man smoke some jobber just to get like his high spots off.
Right.
or that rare occasion a jobber upset like a big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just needed it, and I think wrestling lacks it because it's just superstar.
Bruce Pritchard has said it a lot on his show, and a lot of time he equated it to bigger guys like the Kevin Nashes, the Giants, guys like that. If everybody was that size, nobody's that size. And it's the same thing. If you have everybody's a superstar,
right?
Nobody's really a superstar.
The last time I really kind of remember seeing jobbers was during the whole Ryback Feed Me More.
Yes. But you got that's when you got guys like James Ellsworth,
right?
That had their moment and came in and did cool things. I mean,
yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Right, so that was my number 3 jobbers. Number 4, Battle Royals.
I love them.
I do too.
I do.
Underrated, I think.
If you ask a wrestler,
hates
they hate them. They absolutely hate them because it's kick and punch in a 2-foot area.
Yeah.
Talk to King about it. Not a big fan, but as
you're right, I am not a big fan of that wrestling.
But growing up, I love Battle Royals. Always looking.
And I'm only fucking with you, King, you crybaby.
Looking at 15 people trying to throw Andre out, and he would just do the and everybody go flying. Yeah.
Or when we saw that guy, what was it, Puff?
Yeah.
That dude.
Puff was awesome.
Yeah, like he did the whole roll way back, and then come all the way back up, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna throw me out?" And he just sat down in the corner. Like, this shit's funny.
It is funny. There's a place for it. Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah. Yep.
In the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah. So, I think they're cool.
Me too.
All right, number 5, the Intercontinental title.
Now?
No, just in general.
In general, underrated.
I think it's one of the most underrated titles. There, underrated things in wrestling. That's where we're different than they are now. That's like we're our old hats. That was the stepping stone to be the next guy.
Right.
If you were in the IC strap, like on WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 4, you became champ, Macho Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if there was a lot of heat, where there was really good heat, Honky Tonk Man carried it from 4 to 5 to,
Yeah, but it threw, if you were that guy, it threw you in the main event against the big guys.
Right. And then WrestleMania 5, Warrior loses it, and then is wrestling for the title in 6.
Yeah.
Rock Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And then the next year, it's Stone Cold winning the title over Shawn Michaels.
Rock Triple H.
Right.
It's always been a stepping stone to the main event.
Yep. Right. And one of the happiest moments we have is when we were at your house there up on what road was that by Teat Stadium?
Oh, Alcazar.
And
I made those great wings that night.
Oh yeah, fuck you and your wings that night.
They were a little salty.
Yeah, a little salty. Fucking the people in the ocean were like, "This is salty." That was the night that Zack Ryder won it.
That's right.
We were fucking nuts because no one expected him to actually get his moment, only for them to fuck him the next night.
Yeah.
But yeah, the IC title underrated. All right, and I do have a bonus one.
Okay.
Waffle House.
Overrated.
That is the most overrated piece of shit, dump shit. Oh, if I never eat in a Waffle House again, I'm good.
Dude, the steak Tommy had in Waffle House looked like it was fucking goat ass cheek. It was not.
Charlie and I went there yesterday. And I said, Highland was like, I've never been to a Waffle House. And we went in and he got the hash browns and this. And I said, bro, you're being brave. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, dude, it's all grease. I said, Highland had to shit before we got back out on the road. It slid right out. And they're just dirty.
They are
gnarly
disgusting.
Fucking shit food.
Yeah.
Garbage food. Just absolutely garbage food. If anybody's like, hey, we're going to stop at the Waffle House, fuck off. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll grab a Stewart's hard roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, way overrated.
Yeah, I think
like I said, when Tommy ordered steak and eggs and that's what they put out as a steak, I'm like, ugh, I'd rather have steak-ums.
Yeah,
it was pretty rough.
All right, that was the over/under sponsored by the Law Office of Brian Duran. All right, the rabbit hole. What video dragged you down the TikTok, YouTube Reels hole this week? Before we start that, I do have one question for you.
Sure.
What is the King of Juco's real name?
Eric Sim.
Okay, it's Eric Sim. Okay.
Why?
Because I saw a thing with what the fuck is his name? Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
And I'm sorry you're gonna hear music in the background for a second because I'm going on TikTok. I sent it to somebody, and I thought I sent it to you this morning, but I know you don't watch my stuff. Danny Graves. Do you know who Danny Graves is? He was Cincinnati Reds guy.
Pitcher for the Reds. Yep, I remember.
So Bert Kreischer's talking. He's like, "Man, that's pretty
Danny
crazy."
Graves was good.
He's like, "That's crazy. I used to go." He goes, "That's cool." Danny Graves. I used to play against Danny Graves and back in Tampa when I was a kid.
Huh.
And he's like, "Oh wait, hold on a minute." He goes, "Did you play with so and so?" And he's like, "Yeah, I caught for him. Why?" He goes, "I'm that Danny Graves." And he's like, "Wait, you played baseball? Like you made it?" He goes, "That's how fucking good you were. I just remember that you were like this unbelievable pitcher." So Bert Kreischer played against Danny Graves in high school.
Oh shit!
It was pretty cool.
Danny Graves was good for a couple of years with the Reds.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
He's in the Reds Hall of Fame, in the Ring of Honor or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So it's wild. So you should sometimes watch shit because I send you content. You asshole. My number one thing I watched this week was the Red Hot Ball. They get a glowing red, like a steel ball, versus all kinds of things.
Yes.
So Charlie thinks I'm watching a fart video, and in reality, it was in a thing of mayo or honey.
Right.
Or
it's making all these horrible hissing and popping sounds.
There are certain things you don't fuck with, man. Like you see that it goes in stuff and it doesn't melt, and I'm like, that's a condiment. How's that thing not melting right now? I'm like, I'm never putting that shit in my body.
It's not even reacting to a ball that's probably 5,000 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You see it go on something like, I'm like, wait,
drop it on a slice of processed cheese and nothing happens.
Yeah, it didn't move. We're putting that in our body right now.
Right. I've watched that a lot. The presses.
Yeah.
The hydraulic presses.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of those to where it compresses shit. You're like, whoa. Like, if it can do that to that, what if you put your Peterhead in there?
Yeah, just anything when you put it in there. Like, it'll turn like a whole thing of Legos into like streams.
Yeah, you like watch them shoot up the decks of cards.
Yeah.
Just crazy shit.
Wild with a hydraulic press with the power of one of those, right? So that and the Red Hot Ball, like when it goes through stuff, like the one thing that always blows my mind is glass. Yeah. It doesn't go through the glass.
No, it doesn't heat it up enough to go through.
Right, to like whatever, reverse melt it.
Yeah.
But glass still is made with molten.
But some dude slipped. Or what if we went rolling and somebody reached over and tried to touch it real quick? That wouldn't be a good
Public
situation.
Public safety message. We may, aftershocks may occur.
Great, thanks. I just got that too. Awesome.
It's awesome. Well, only 3 hours later.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I was in a podcast rabbit hole because going up to Wrestle Mania. Oh, for anybody who listens to us, who listened to us on Google Podcasts, that app is now shut down.
Google Podcasts?
Yes, they shut down. They're recommending people. They're sending people to Spotify, iHeart, other apps that carry. So if you were on Google Podcasts to listen to us, we didn't go anywhere. The app did. So just find us on like a Spotify,
YouTube, whatever the video. Whatever,
right. Yep. Dark Side of the Ring. The big series. So what the guys that created it did, they had so much extra content that they went and they turned them into 40 to 50-minute podcasts about certain people. They interviewed Droz on a bunch of different things. So they did a whole Droz podcast, which I listened to this morning.
That didn't make it into the A&E show.
Right. Okay. And Droz talked openly about the injury and how it happened. And there's no ill will with him and D-Lo. It was an accident. But how, and he passed away last year, how he was such a good dude that he was using humor and trying to put everybody else at ease as he was telling the story. Like, he could see them cringing and being uncomfortable, and he was putting them at ease by using humor.
Right.
You know, an amazing guy.
Yeah.
A really amazing guy. So I went down the rabbit hole, listened to that one, the Vince Russo, Jim Cornette one. Holy shit, does Jim Cornette hate?
Oh, he hates that guy, bro.
He said he never wants to be in another room with him again because he would probably commit homicide.
Yeah,
he hates him that much.
I've heard him say that in numerous shooting videos.
Yeah.
Because Jim Cornette takes that as an art,
right,
and he's very serious about his art and his livelihood.
And to Vince Russo, it was just a job.
It's a joke.
And it's fake. It's fake, bro.
Yeah.
And no, to Jim Cornette, it's not fake.
Well,
it's.
And I just hate that term, fake.
Right.
It's not
predetermined.
Fake. But not even that. You're still battling injuries. You're still putting on a show. So the circus is fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The outcome is predetermined, but that's it. Everything else is real.
While you're on the predetermined thing, did you see that the NFL is under the same type of licensing, sports and entertainment?
Really?
And you know what else is? The NBA. Because when I was at the game the other night, they said, whatever, the sports and entertainment law, whatever.
Wow.
Of the NBA. And I'm like, I'm starting to think, all these motherfuckers have the ability to change the outcome of a game.
Sure do. Absolutely.
That's where we're at now.
That is where we're at. That is definitely where we're at.
That's where we're at now.
And since you brought up Eric Sim, he had some really good content in the last couple weeks during spring training. So Trevor Bauer owns the Momentum facility. It's in Arizona.
Yeah.
He met up with Evan Carter, who was World Series hero with the Rangers. He worked for a week to pitch, to throw at bats again, live at bats. Right. Not Bauer, but Sim.
Yeah.
Sim was throwing 90 again, 91, 92. He's like 35 years old now. Struck him out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he got him. He got him on like Bauer worked with him all week. Like, this is a strategy you should use, because they watched video. But the funnier one was he did a home run derby with Tatis. And holy fuck, they used aluminum bats. Tatis hit like 3 balls that have not come down yet. He hit 6 out of 10.
Yep.
Sim only hit 1, but then they switched it. They went left-handed. And for whatever reason, Sim's left-handed power stroke is crazy. Tatis kept popping up, swing and a miss, hit none. Sim hit 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was fun to watch, because Tatis was razzing him and fucking with him as he was trying to swing. It's cool to watch these guys off the field, out of their element, and having some fun like that.
And Bauer is still fucked over by MLB.
Right.
Unreal how the black mark that guy got.
Not Shohei, though.
No. How clearly. And then they said he lied. Just, again, the guy that caught his first home run in L.A.
Right. And the Dodgers, fucked over
the guy.
Yeah.
Said he was going to meet him, never no-showed or something.
Yep. They wouldn't authenticate the autographs. They gave him 2 signed balls, a signed bat, and 2 hats. But he couldn't meet them. And they pressured. They separated him and the wife. And they pressured the wife into taking the deal.
Yeah, no way.
It's fucked up.
I said, nope, it's my ball. I
put that shit right down in my shorts.
Yep.
And he can get this ball away from other balls when he comes out.
Yeah. No, fuck him. I would have just held on to it.
Right.
It's worth more. Not for nothing right now with the situation the way it is.
Yeah.
Usually I'm always like, no, that's theirs. Give it back to him. The dude's hit plenty of home runs.
Yeah.
Just because it's his first in a Dodger uniform.
But no, I'm good. I'm going to send it to the Hall of Fame. Fuck you.
No. I would, in this situation, you're not doing nothing to that guy? No, I'll make the money.
Right.
I'll make the money.
Right.
Somebody in LA wants that ball.
Yeah. No shit.
You know? The other thing I watch college football entrances, because after you go to college football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing how the stadiums react. And we watched this movie while we were there, bro. Bro.
What movie?
It's the college football movie.
What?
And it starts. It's 10 minutes in the Hall of Fame. You sit in these seats, like a panoramic,
like an IMAX, but bigger
and
better.
But no, not bigger and better. It's not that tall.
Okay.
Maybe it's only 10 or 12 feet tall, but it kind of like your field of vision. It goes around like that. And it starts in the locker room. It's about the team. There's no I in team. It's about the team. And then it comes down, and then it's then it shows Notre Dame coming down the stairs, hitting the sign.
Yeah.
Everybody, all through college football, all the traditions of getting to that moment. And then, it's building up, and then poof, the fire starts coming off. And then every team's coming out, and then here comes, Uga, with the dog or the fucking, whereas Oklahoma with the Sooner
that's
mobile.
cool.
And so it takes you from the locker room through a game in 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
So it's like everybody getting pumped up, the crowd chanting, and then the kickoff. And then they got Army hitting the cannon on the kickoffs.
Right.
And then, you work through the game, then the halftime. And then you come back in. We got to make adjustments. Don't let down. There's no let down. And it was Army and Navy in the snow.
That's awesome.
And now they're in the goal, and they're right there. It's all zoomed in. It's the bloody knuckles, and then the ball snaps, and then you hear the big bass, all the power of just pads colliding, helmets hitting. It leads up to the final play of the game.
Holy shit!
And then it's all these awesome walk-off wins.
That's cool.
So, dude, you come out of there, and you're just like, fucking
you're ready to fucking.
You're looking like
you're
Hulk
on
Hogan.
Fire.
What?
Did you find? Did you see Shane Falco's jersey?
I did not.
No. Damn.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just fucking with you.
Shane
But
Falco?
you did see Big Gay Cells.
I did.
Good.
So I still saw that, and the other thing I watched this week was Caitlin Clark videos, just highlights of her.
Nasty.
Yeah. I just feel she's the hot button topic because she's a white girl that's just dominating college basketball.
Yep. And
it's just fucking wild.
It's awesome.
It's just wild the hate she gets in one aspect.
Right.
So the girl from LSU that talked all that shit to her and did the whole "I got the ring, you can't see me" shit last year. And that, listen, fair play to you. You beat her last year.
Sure.
She beat you this year. And you're crying and carrying on. And that happened right in Albany.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So
local shit. I love it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Good, man.
It was awesome. So that's what I watched basically this week. I don't know, you watched anything else?
No, I got back into I hadn't been playing the show for the last couple of weeks, just tired, time not working out.
Yeah.
But my player is now in AAA.
Uh-oh.
After he had a 51 game hitting streak in AA.
Ooh.
Yes, I got promoted. So I played one game in AAA.
What are you, first baseman?
Hit 2 bombs. Yeah. Hit 2 bombs in my AAA debut, and that was that. So I'll probably play a little bit more tomorrow this weekend.
Boston's guy.
Yeah.
In whatever last year's thing. He's in his 10th season or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many home runs you got? And he's like, 256. I'm like, you got 256 career home runs? He's like,
that year.
Season.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, when I got called up, I was batting .471 with 34 homers, 86 RBIs, 70 runs scored, and it was May 20th.
Well, they have to do that because
right.
If not, who wants to sit there and not get hits?
And suck.
Right.
Now you can create a female. I'm going to make a woman pitcher. I want to see how I can do with that.
I just hope there's a glitch in the game, like an actual thing in the game, that the first pitch you throw gets hit 700 feet. It just goes, just because.
That's awesome. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but here's, and I'm saying that in this aspect. I'm not shitting on a female. What I'm saying is, you put major league hitters at 45 feet from them pro softball girl players.
Oh, they put it by them.
They put it right past.
They put it by.
It's a different world.
It is.
It's a different world.
I remember Jenny Finch coming out in Smoke Show.
Yep.
Coming out and pitching to Piazza. It was back in that era.
Oh yeah, and they're throwing 80-81, and with
they couldn't touch it. Couldn't touch it. Risers.
Right.
They could not fucking fathom how to make contact on a riser.
Right. And that's it. It's a different game entirely. Yep. But I will laugh my balls off if you go out there and you go and you throw the first one, and I don't give a fuck if it's a pitcher that never just hits it 700 feet.
Oh, it'd be awesome. Fucking
you see the moon's light go out.
Back to Sim. He brought in a female pitcher from Team USA, from the female baseball team.
Yeah.
She was hitting 83, 84. That was her fastball.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, it's harder than we ever threw.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
I topped out at about 41.
From 13 feet.
Yes. Yeah. Anything longer, I wasn't cracking 40. No way.
No. I get you.
Rag arm.
Yeah. Rag
arm.
Yeah. Fucking lineman.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Nah, buddy, I'm good. I'm just psyched for the weekend. That's all.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool weekend. Yep. But let's run through our sponsors one more time. Ranty Plumbing and Oil brings you our video every week. We want to thank them. Ranty Plumbing and Oil Service, Shokan, New York 901-4194. The man with the stash.
The man with the stash, and smells damn good.
Yeah. He will clean your pipes and smell good doing it.
Yes. No diddy.
Yeah. No. And the law offices of Brian Duran. 339-4313. If you're down on your luck and you need a lawyer for bankruptcy.
Yes, sir.
Call Brian, mention the podcast, you get $100 off. He's very good at what he does. There are 2 sponsors. And then, as usual, we will always throw one out to our dirtbag sponsor and Big Gay Sal.
There he is
on the screen. We can't help but say you're gay, Sal.
Yes.
But
we love you.
But we do love you. Anything else, buddy?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right. Well, take us home.
All right. For Gmac, this is Winnie. This has been the Outlaw Blitz podcast. And as always,